What is going on, everyone? Blaze FM here, and welcome back to another episode of Battling with Bromley. Got a couple of things to tell you about. We'll start with the transfers before we get into the league form. I've made 3 transfers. All loans. We do have a lot of loan players in the side. I think we've got 8. We can only field 5. So that's something I'm going to have to address. But anyway, we brought in Joe Davies. He looks like a fantastic player, doesn't he? You look at him. He looks brilliant. Injured. Out for 2 months. The first game he played, he got injured. He was out for about 3 months. It was ridiculous. So he's out. Another player we brought in, Josh Ginley. Interesting signing, you would say. He's probably not good enough for this division. But injuries. Jordan Clark, since we come in, every single game he's played, he's picked up an injury. It's ridiculous. This one, the Brucian, I take full responsibility for. I brought him back too early. He said that he was ready for half an hour of football, so I brought him on 60 minutes because we needed to win the game. We did win in the game, but he picked up an injury in the aftermath. And then a final player we brought in, Jack Mackay from Leeds. Just a striker, just a bit of backup for Carr, because the players that we have in the striker department, probably we don't have enough support there. So Jack Mackay can come in and just either ride the bench or play instead of Daniel Carr. Now let's have a look at the form since that game against Tranmere. We got absolutely thumped 4-1 by Portsmouth. It was a dreadful game. We took the lead and then we just didn't turn up. We took the lead and we were just rubbish. Didn't turn up. Got battered 4-1. We then played Grimsby at home. Fantastic game. You might start to notice a trend of penalties. We conceded 5 penalties in 5 games. It was absolutely ridiculous. Discipline is fantastic. We're doing really well on the discipline front this season. But this game was fantastic. We were 1-0 down. We came back to win it. Made a couple of changes. Austin Lippman came on the left-hand side and he picked up a goal to win. And then this one, the penalty in this game was absolute bullshit. Oh, was it the other one? No, it was this Grimsby game. The penalty was the worst decision I have ever seen. It was literally ridiculous. It was outside the box, and it just wasn't a penalty. Anyway, the Cambridge game, we were the better side. We just didn't put away our chances, and Cambridge made us pay. It's something you can't do in this division. You've got to take your chances, and we didn't. They had 2 shots on target. They took both their chances. They deserved to win the game based on the fact that they took their chances and we didn't. Following the Cambridge game, we beat Hartlepool 3-1. Another penalty. Luckily, Sam Fenwick missed it. Conroy. Conroy is being crap, right? He got a 4.5, so I fined him a week's wages. He wasn't happy about that. And so I dropped him for the next game. And then I got an injury, so I had to bring him on. And then he got sent off. It was just ridiculous. But anyway, we did win that game 3-1. It was a fantastic game. Good performance from everybody. We then went away to Newport County. And we drew that game 1-1. Again, it was a game I feel we could have won. We didn't. We just didn't hit the target enough. And Lippman bailing us out there in the last few minutes. There was one game. Where was it? We ended up finishing the game. With about 4 men. I think it was. With 8 men. Let me try and find it. It doesn't matter. Just one game, we got that many injuries, and it was this game. This game, we got a player sent off. And we ended up finishing the game with 5 men on the pitch or something like that. So it was 9 men on the pitch. It was just ridiculous. But anyway, form's going well. We're sitting second in the league on 10 points. I don't expect us to remain there for the season. We've just had a lightning start, which is fantastic to see. The boys are full of adrenaline. And we've just had a good start. I honestly couldn't believe it. Some of the games we should have won, but we didn't play well enough. I've been playing this 4-1-2-2-1 system. The only reason it's moved to a 4-3-2-1 is because another injury. James White is out for a couple of days, so we're having to push someone further forwards and play 3 across the middle. So this is the team for today's game. We're going to go with Burton in net. Right back is Leggett, and we've got Dunkley and Conroy in the middle of the park because of the other guys injured. Hopefully Conroy can pick up his form of late and stop being rubbish. Left hand side we've got Kesmain. A midfield 3 of Beautyman, Thompson and Traore. Left winger, we've got Jordan Evans. On the right-hand side, we've got Ginley. He's struggling with fitness, so Bywater or Littman or Kyle will probably come on. And up top, we've got the new signing of Jack McKay. So let's move forward into today's game after I've done these squad numbers. No, McKay needs to be number 17. I'm a Leeds fan. Alan Smith used to be my favourite player growing up. He was a striker. He wore the number 17. Therefore, in FM, whenever I give the number 17 to a player, it has to be a striker. It's just one of those things. I'm sure you all have your own reasons for giving squad numbers to certain players. They're just sorting out the instructions, doing the usual, closing down the strikers, and then closing down the wingers to hopefully stop balls from coming across. We are the favourites today, apparently. Let's give the fans the performance we're expecting. If we can turn Hay Lane into a fortress and pick up most of our points at home, we'll only need to pick up a few points on the road to keep us in the division, because only the bottom two go down. So if we can keep winning at home, it will be very good for our season. Obviously, if we do better than avoiding relegation, I'll be delighted, but that's just the way I see it with the squad that we've got at the moment. But anyway, Traore's on the ball here. He's lost it twice there, and Turton's picked it up. Turton's looked forward for Collarclough. He's going to cross it in, but Thompson's there to intercept it. Evans passes it forward for McKay. Can we break here? McKay, what's he doing with the ball? Passes it back to Conrad. Conrad to Kesmane. Loads of space here for Evans if he wants to make the run, but McKay makes a run instead. There's no one in the middle. He's going to pass it back for Buteman. Buteman to Traore. Traore back to Buteman. Can we get a ball across here? Thompson. Out wide for Kesmane. Fannying around with it. But McKay's there, and McKay's scored. 1-0 on his debut. He scored inside 11 minutes of his debut. Fantastic performance from the young Leeds lad. 19, he's here on loan until the end of the season. Hopefully he's going to be a very good signing for us. We were messing around with the ball there outside the box. Lovely ball there, though, from Thompson to Kesmane. And Kesmane with the presence of mind to cross it in. And McKay's going to win that header every day of the week. The keeper flaps at it, and that is 1-0. Fantastic start to this game. Thompson in the middle of the park here. Thompson, long ball for Ginley, and Ginley's in here, but his cross just hits Walton. I don't believe that was a shot. At least I hope it wasn't a shot. But the keeper's passed it short here. O'Neill is onto it. Dunkley passes it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Kesmane on the left, forward for Evans. Evans in towards the middle for Traore. Traore to McKay. Ginley with the overlapping run, and Ginley scored on his debut as well. This has been two fantastic debuts from the boys. The new boys, one coming from Aston Villa, and one I think Ginley's from Aston Villa, and McKay from Leeds. Lovely interplay there from McKay, and that's a fantastic finish from Ginley. Side foots it under the goalkeeper. He has had a torrid time in this first opening 12 minutes. He hasn't been very good with his two coloured sleeves, rocking the blue and the red. Doesn't really know what he wants to do. So Cooper in for O'Neill. O'Neill to Turton. Turton to Reeves. Reeves to Saunders. Don't lose a goal straight from the off boys. Kenlock to Cooper. Cooper moving forward with the ball. In for Turnott. Turnott to O'Neill, and that is 2-1. An instant highlight from the goal. Fantastic game this. Great start to the episode. Cooper, lovely ball in for Turton. And the boy in the middle's unmarked. Look, suspicions is offside, but the assistant doesn't give it. And O'Neill slots it into the bottom corner. Our goalkeeper is stranded. As you can see on the pitch there, our pitch is worse for wear. I've asked the board numerous times to relay it, but because of the finances, they've refused so far. And you can understand we're in debt by quite a lot. So the pitch, we're going to have to deal with the poor pitch. Thompson with a lovely interception there, but he does leave the ball to Culloch, but Dunkley with the tackle there, looking long for McKay. Bailey passes it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Nugent to Turton. Turton to Reeves. Reeves in the middle of the park looks for Cooper. Cooper can move forward the ball. He's going to pass it back to Bailey. Bailey in the middle of the park to Reeves. Reeves to Cooper. Cooper to Saunders. We need to get the ball here, boys. Saunders, lovely ball to the left to Kulikoff. Kulikoff's going to whip this in here. And O'Neill, goalkeeper, should be doing better there. I think he got a hand to it, but it wasn't a strong enough hand. I'm going to tell them to demand more, because we've been 2-0 up here and we've thrown it away. Take nothing away from the finish. It's a fantastic finish, but I feel like the goalkeeper should be doing better there. Cullicliff cuts it across, and O'Neill just fires it into the left-hand side. The goalkeeper probably should be getting a hand to that. But that is 2-2. This has been an exhilarating half. In before 0-0 in the second half. But to be honest, I would take a draw against Crewe. Crewe are a good side in this division. They probably should be further up the table, especially with their youth system. They've got a very, very good youth system traditionally. They normally produce lots of good players. A player that springs to mind straight away is Luke Murphy, who plays for Leeds. Obviously, as a Leeds fan. That second half, after we picked up our 2 goals, was just not good enough. I think Crewe have dominated the game since then. I wouldn't say that. And number 7 has made a few key passes, so is number 2. Something we're going to look to exploit. Are we exploiting we're exploiting the right flank. So we're going to push the ball onto the right. We're doing it anyway, so we might as well encourage it. Just going to look at Jake Reeves. Probably a man I should have marked up earlier, because he is a fantastic player in this division. I did a save last season with Wimbledon. I took them to Champions League football, and Jake Reeves has with me right through to the Premier League. He is that good. Probably the player I should have, if I had known he was playing, I would have marked him up from the start, because he can be instrumental in that midfield, as he has been today for Crewe. Anyway, we're moving on into the second half here. Substitutions will be made at some point. We could possibly bring Carr onto the wing. Although he's not a natural winger, he can play there. But Ginley is struggling for fitness, so we're going to bring on Bywater onto the left-hand side. We're going to play him as an inside forward, because that's what he likes to do. Possibly take off McKay. Yeah, we're going to take off McKay and get Daniel Carr on up front. I just feel like he offers a bit more. We've got Chidi and Porter on the bench if we need to freshen up the midfield at some point, which we probably will do. It's always good to have some fresh legs in the middle of the park. We're going to move on to attacking. I feel like we can get something from this game, so it makes sense to do so, to move on to attacking. Hopefully we can get a highlight at all in this second half. No? Fine, we'll make the change in the midfield. We'll take Thompson off and bring on Chidi. Chidi. I think it's Chidi. I might just nickname him, to be honest. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Troy, a fantastic tackle there. Fought for all his life, is going to get sent off. But the referee didn't blow his whistle, and Carr's going to move forward with the ball. But Nugent, with the tackle there, long ball forward, can Dunkley do something with this? He's going to pass it back to Burton. Burton, please pass it to a player in white. He's passed it to Leggett. Bywater on the right, but in the middle to Chidi. Chidi looking for Beautyman, finds him. Cooper with the ball here. Bailey in the middle of the park, long ball forward. Can Dunkley do something with this? He's disappeared from the ball, and they're going to score. We don't deserve that. Poor defending there from Dunkley. We've been poor in the defence recently. Maybe it's something we're going to have to look at with training, because he just runs away from the ball. That's all right, Dunkley. You don't need. And then he tries to tackle him, and it's a poor tackle. And O'Neill slots it past the goalkeeper. That is not good enough. We've been good today. We just haven't got the look of the draw. But that's the way the League One works. It's not going to be an easy division for us, because it's a step up, and we're probably not good enough to compete in the division, to be honest. It's just hopefully my tactics can make us do something this year. But anyway, that is not a good enough result. I'm going to tell the boys that they were bad. I probably should have told them they were unlucky in hindsight, but I do like to be a harsh manager. If they're not good enough, I'm going to let them know that they're not good enough. Anyway, let's have a look at the fixtures so we can come back for a game. Should we do the Johnston Paints Trophy away at Southend, or should we do Barnet? That's quite a decision there. We'll do the Johnston Paints Trophy against Southend. That gives me 5 games until then. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, please do leave a like rating. If you have been enjoying the content on the channel, please do not forget to subscribe. I've been a Blazer FM. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Talk to you tomorrow.